Think twice before booking that ticket. Some US cities are riskier than they seem. This isn't fear-mongering. We're giving you real stats, real risks, but also practical tips to stay safe at the end of this video. We've crunched FBI crime data, local reports, and traveler incident logs to reveal which cities pose the greatest dangers, especially to visitors. Violent crime in some areas has jumped over 30% in recent years, a serious concern for tourists, digital nomads, business travelers, and solo explorers alike. We're not just counting crimes, we're focusing on the ones that hit travelers hardest. So if you're heading to any of these spots, vigilance isn't optional, it's essential. Have you visited one of these cities? Did you feel safe? Drop your story or tips in the comments. Your advice could help someone else. And here's a challenge. Can you guess which city tops the list? The answer might just shock you. Let's dive into the most dangerous US cities for travelers. Number 6, New Orleans, Louisiana. The Big Easy is known for its vibrant culture, music, and food, but it also struggles with a high violent crime rate, often exceeding 1,400 incidents per 100,000 residents. Homicides, carjackings, and armed robberies are particularly concerning. Specific danger zones exist even close to tourist hubs. While the French Quarter is heavily policed during the day, venturing into its quieter, darker streets at night, or into adjacent neighborhoods like the 7th Ward or parts of Central City without local guidance can be risky. Travel risk examples in New Orleans include pickpocketing and purse snatching, especially during crowded festivals like Mardi Gras or in bustling Bourbon Street. Scams targeting tourists are common, from overly aggressive street performers demanding money to spilled drink distraction thefts. Car break-ins are frequent, and more serious crimes like muggings can occur if one strays into unlit or unpopulated areas. Our quick practical safety tip: if you must visit New Orleans, enjoy the French Quarter during daylight, but be extremely cautious at night. Stick to main, well-lit streets with crowds. Avoid displaying cash or expensive jewelry. Use ride shares instead of walking long distances after dark, especially if you've been drinking. Number 5, Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama as a whole is just not a great state, and even though Birmingham has made strides in recent years, it still contends with one of the higher violent crime rates in the country, often around 1,900 violent incidents per 100,000 people. Assaults and homicides are major components of this statistic. Specific danger zones include neighborhoods like Ensley, Bush Hills, or Fountain Heights. Tourists visiting historical sites or downtown attractions should be mindful of their surroundings and avoid wandering into residential areas they are unfamiliar with, especially after dark. Travel risk examples for Birmingham include car break-ins and theft from vehicles, particularly in areas with less security. Street robberies can occur, targeting individuals who appear vulnerable or walking alone in poorly lit areas. While less common, scams around transportation or unsolicited offers of help might be encountered. Our quick practical safety tip: if you must visit Birmingham, research your routes and destinations carefully. Park in secure, well-lit locations and never leave valuables in your car. Opt for ride shares or taxis for nighttime travel or when going to areas you're unsure about. Maintain situational awareness at all times. Number 4, Memphis, Tennessee. We recently featured Memphis as the most violent town in America in this video, and we continue to receive comments from folks who heartily agree. Home of the blues and birthplace of rock and roll, Memphis unfortunately also holds a high position for violent crime, frequently reporting over 2,300 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. This includes high rates of aggravated assault, robbery, and homicide. Specific danger zones exist throughout the city, but areas like Whitehaven, despite Graceland's presence, Fraser, and parts of South Memphis require extreme caution. Even areas around Beale Street can see incidents late at night once crowds thin. Travel risk examples in Memphis are serious. Carjackings are a significant concern, as are armed robberies. Break-ins of vehicles, especially those parked near tourist attractions or hotels, are common. Tourists displaying wealth or appearing distracted can become targets for opportunistic criminals. Our quick practical safety tip: if you must visit Memphis, maintain a high level of vigilance at all times. Avoid walking alone, especially at night, even for short distances in seemingly safe areas. Be extremely cautious at gas stations, and when parking your car, use ride shares from reputable companies and share your itinerary with someone. My advice: stay overnight in a hotel further east of the city. I'll link to a safe one below. Number 3, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, a city rich in history, unfortunately also has a reputation for high crime. The violent crime rate frequently surpasses 1,900 incidents per 100,000 people, with homicide and robbery rates being particularly alarming. Specific danger zones include much of West Baltimore and parts of East Baltimore, while the Inner Harbor is a popular tourist destination and generally safer due to high police presence. Venturing just a few blocks outside this area, especially at night, can be risky. Neighborhoods like Sandtown, Winchester, or Cherry Hill have very high crime. Travel risk examples in Baltimore include street robberies, which can happen even in daylight in less crowded areas. Car break-ins are common, and theft from cars parked in public garages or on the street is a frequent complaint. Scams involving aggressive panhandling or fake sob stories can also target tourists. Our quick practical safety tip: if you must visit Baltimore, stick to well-known tourist areas during the day, like the Inner Harbor and Fells Point, and be very cautious about your surroundings. Avoid walking alone at night. Use ride shares or taxis for evening transportation, and double-check the reputation of your accommodation's neighborhood. Number 2, Detroit, Michigan. Detroit has been undergoing a significant revitalization, especially in its downtown core, but it still battles a legacy of high crime. The city's violent crime rate often exceeds 2,100 per 100,000 residents, with assault, robbery, and homicide being major issues. Specific danger zones are predominantly outside the redeveloped downtown, midtown, and Corktown areas. Neighborhoods on the far east and west sides can be particularly dangerous. While tourists are less likely to visit these areas, it's crucial to be aware if driving through or using navigation apps. Travel risk examples in Detroit include car theft and break-ins, which remain a problem despite improvements. Muggings can occur if one wanders into unlit or sparsely populated areas, even near more revitalized zones. Be cautious at gas stations, especially late at night. Our quick practical safety tip: if you must visit Detroit, concentrate your visit on the redeveloped downtown, midtown, and Corktown areas, or further north like Troy, where there's more activity and security. Use secure parking and never leave valuables in your car. Opt for ride shares if traveling at night or to unfamiliar parts of the city. Be aware that crime rates in US cities like Detroit can vary drastically by neighborhood. And the city that tops our list, coming in at number 1 as one of the most dangerous US cities for travelers, is St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis consistently reports one of the highest violent crime rates per capita in the United States, often exceeding 2,000 violent crimes per 100,000 residents. Homicide rates are particularly stark, alongside high instances of aggravated assault and robbery. Property crime is also a major concern. Specific danger zones are well documented. Areas of North St. Louis, parts of downtown late at night, especially north of Washington Avenue, and neighborhoods such as Wells, Goodfellow, or the Ville are considered high risk. Tourists visiting the Gateway Arch or other attractions need to be cautious about the surrounding areas they might wander into. Travel risk examples in St. Louis are numerous. Smash and grab car break-ins are notoriously frequent, even in tourist-heavy locations and during daylight hours. Street robberies, sometimes escalating to carjackings, are a serious threat, particularly for individuals walking alone or appearing disoriented. Pickpocketing and scams can occur in crowded areas or on public transit. Our quick practical safety tip: if you absolutely must visit St. Louis, exercise extreme caution. Avoid walking, especially alone or at night, outside of heavily populated and well-lit main tourist zones. Never leave any items visible in your vehicle. Rely on reputable rideshare services or taxis rather than public transport if unsure. And always be hyper-aware of your surroundings and who might be watching you. This is a city where situational awareness is paramount. Looking at these cities on a map, you might notice a pattern. Many are located in the Midwest or the South, often grappling with complex socioeconomic issues that contribute to higher crime rates. But the key takeaway is universal. Crime doesn't care if you're a tourist or a local. Your safety depends on awareness and precaution, no matter where you are. These dangerous US cities require an elevated level of vigilance. Now for our bonus segment, travel smart, not scared. Here are some quick-fire travel safety tips applicable almost anywhere. First, don't wear flashy jewelry or wave expensive electronics around. This makes you an obvious target. Blend in as much as possible. Second, always use hotel safes for passports, extra cash, and valuable items you don't need to carry. Third, stay in well-reviewed areas. Research your accommodation's neighborhood before booking. Pay a little extra for a safer location if necessary. Fourth, consider downloading crime mapping apps like Citizen or Spot Crime. These can provide real-time alerts about incidents happening near you, helping you avoid trouble spots. The smart mindset CTA is this: awareness beats paranoia. Travel is still incredibly rewarding and absolutely worth it if you're smart about it. Being informed is your best defense. This list isn't to scare you out of traveling, it's to empower you to travel smarter, to be more informed, and to take proactive steps for your safety. Knowledge is power, and understanding potential risks allows you to mitigate them effectively. If you found this information helpful, please like this video and share it to help a friend stay safe on their travels. And don't forget to subscribe for more real-world travel guides and essential travel safety tips. We're committed to helping you explore the world with confidence. Up next, we're flipping the script. Get ready for the safest US cities where travelers actually feel relaxed and can explore with greater peace of mind. You'll definitely want to add those to your travel list.